everybody, and welcome back to Crypto Simplified. Before I give you the market update for the 8th of March 2018, I would like to sincerely apologize for my absence over the last 3 weeks. Thank you all for the subscribers who've hung around, and I do hope that this will not happen again. Unfortunately, I was faced with connectivity issues firstly, and then technical problems after that. Now that my laptop is back, it's fixed, it's ready to go, I will push on and try to give you guys the best content that I possibly can. I use this time away from making videos to actually do further research, watch as many talks as I can, read as many white papers as I possibly could. Cryptocurrency is fantastically multidisciplinary, and that's exactly what I want to try and see. What is the potential of cryptocurrency beyond just the standard things that we have right now, which are payments and this idea of decentralization? So there are 2 talks that I've seen fairly recently that I cannot recommend enough. The first one is The Third Industrial Revolution by Jeremy Rifkin. This is a phenomenal video, and it's about the length of a movie. So the next time you want to have a lazy movie night at home, I highly suggest you watch this because it is truly fantastic. The way Jeremy Rifkin speaks about the problems that we have right now and the potential solutions are something that will probably change the way that you see this world. But let me just show you some of my notes that I've taken, because I do think that he has mentioned a few very key points that does apply to us in cryptocurrency. All our current pillars of the economy are centralized. Our phone, TV, internet, transportation, the generation of power, and our financial services such as banking. And this is because it was most efficient at the time in which this infrastructure was laid out. So rolling it out was a lot easier to scale if it was handled by a few giant players, just so that it could be more efficient. These guys currently act as middlemen to put you in touch with these services when you need them. This has suited us really well up to this point. But now that we've seen all these massive problems like huge unemployment, reductions in productivity, and the massive environmental challenges that we face, we probably need a new way to do things. And this way might cut out the middlemen. We do hope it cuts out the middlemen, and that's why we are so bullish on cryptocurrency. So this new platform will work best if it's distributed, collaborative, open and transparent, rather than the closed and proprietary systems that we have right now. Just like in cryptocurrency and just like the internet, the value of this network grows as the number of individuals contributing to the network grows. And if people are contributing based on specialization, we can have a lateral scaling of lots of people who are specialized in a whole variety of tasks to create an ecosystem, rather than just having a vertically integrated system where one company can increase efficiency by controlling the entire supply chain. This leaves us huge room for entrepreneurship and a huge room for decentralizing these massive players that we've had in our economy for a very long time. One of these untouchable industries was banking and finance, but now we can genuinely challenge their position at the top. In this talk, Jeremy Rifkin talks about how decentralization has effectively put out of business the major players in the German energy market. These major players contribute to a tiny percentage of new energy being generated. And it's the decentralized cooperatives, people making their own renewable energy spaces, who are the ones who are responsible for most of the growth in this sector. So we can see that this decentralization effect is already happening in a massive way. And a big thing that Jeremy Rifkin pointed out was, how do we deal with the neutrality of these massive decentralized networks? How do we ensure that everyone has equal access to the information that is on this network? How do we ensure that governments don't tamper and that monopolies do not form at the hands of existing players? How do we ensure privacy, data security, while preventing cybercrime and cyber terrorism? People love talking about blockchain as a solution to these problems, but we need to actually specifically implement the solutions that the blockchain can provide in order to solve these problems or even prevent these problems. Blockchain is still a buzzword. It's still in a very early stage of development. But now that we can identify these problems, we can make solutions to fix them. Next up, I'll show you a clip from this video about network neutrality and how we can increase aggregate efficiency. Aggregate efficiency is an idea that talks about how much useful work we get out of a process compared to the amount of work that was put into the process. So it's basically just calculating efficiency. That's all you need to know as context for this clip. So
technology just enables, and then the question is, how will that journey end? It's a big question mark right now. But let's assume, for the sake of this afternoon, that we're going to be able to deal with all the complexities of the dark net, and it's a big challenge. Here's what this Internet of Things platform provides. Let's say here at Brooklyn you're a SME, a small and medium-sized enterprise, or a cooperative, or a nonprofit. You can go up on this nascent Internet of Things platform that's already emerging. It's not theoretical. And you can have a transparent picture of all the economic data flowing through the world if it stays network neutral. The power here is enormous. We think Snowden was a big deal. Now all the economic data is going to be open to everyone, not just a few government secrets. But in a network neutral world, you're going to be able to go up on this platform and have a completely transparent picture of all the data. You can go up on the platform and cut your big data on your value chain out from the noise. Then you can mine your big data with analytics. Then you can create your own algorithms and apps that will allow you to dramatically increase your aggregate efficiency at every step of conversion on your value chain. And as you do that, dramatically increase your productivity, dramatically reduce your ecological footprint, and dramatically plunge your marginal cost. Some of those marginal costs are going to get so low they head to zero marginal cost. And when they hit near zero marginal cost, it gives rise to a completely new economic system.
So, on that note, let's have a look at the other video that I want you to check out. And this is a great talk by Charles Hoskinson at the London School of Economics. What makes this talk quite significant is that it actually shows the need for academia and peer review in this space. There are too many companies that do not have a strong academic backing. And this is exactly why, firstly, I'm so bullish on Cardano, because of their method. I cannot recommend this video enough because it shows the importance of having consensus, but not consensus in the way that we normally talk about cryptocurrency, but consensus in that what you're doing actually works. So peer reviewing is getting consensus from academics to prove that what they're trying to actually execute is viable, not just now, but going forward when any future challenges get thrown at this system. So cryptocurrency is here to stay for a very, very, very long time. It's here to revolutionize the economy. But in order to do that, it must be future-proof. And you can only future-proof something by studying it and simulating problems that you can throw at it. Of course, future-proofing is not an attainable goal because things change. The way people see ideas, the way people see vulnerabilities, they will all change. But the best we can do is put in the work now to try and ensure security and functionality of a system. I recommend these videos just because it'll get your mind working in maybe a new way that you haven't considered before. So, highly recommended. Do watch these. Links are in the description as always, so do check them out when you have the time. And now, into the market update. First one is CNBC Fast Money tweet, and it just talks about Tim Draper and how bullish he is on the cryptocurrency future that we have presented to us. I'm not gonna paraphrase anything that he said, but do check it out. It's a fairly interesting look at it. Of course, not in as much detail as the two videos I've spoken about earlier, but it's an interesting perspective, especially for people who are newer to the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency space. Next up, we have some huge progress featuring a massive supermarket chain in Europe called Carrefour. Now you can use a blockchain to identify the chickens that you've bought from Carrefour supermarkets, and what you can do is see who's produced it, how it was treated, and other details about this chicken. It's basically enabling transparency in a massive commercial space. Everyone is paranoid about where the food's coming from, type of chemicals that are in their food. So having a blockchain that lists all this information out is just going to help ease public fear, and this might be a step in the right direction to actually making sure that more food producers are accountable to what they put into their food. So transparency for the win again, people. We have some great news for cryptocurrency holders in South Korea. You can now pay for your travels with cryptocurrency. Over 50,000 hotels are now accepting cryptocurrency through a partnership between a cryptocurrency exchange called BitHum and another company called With Innovation. So, fantastic news for Koreans. You guys enjoy traveling with all your crypto gains, while the rest of us hope to catch up if our governments let us. So, great job, Korea. Be an example for the rest of the world and show us that this is the future. Implement these plans, show us how much better off you are, and then we'll eventually join you once our governments catch up. Same thing over here with forward-thinking governments. We have Brazil that are tokenizing their currency on the Ethereum public blockchain. This is in a bid to fight corruption, and Brazil has had its fair share of problems with corruptions. President Dilma Rousseff, she stepped down and was facing criminal charges because of corruption allegations. This is paving the way for countries to actually fight corruption with transparency. India, take notice, take notice. You guys want to ban cryptocurrencies. You want to make people who hold cryptocurrencies feel like criminals. Maybe the people setting the rules are the ones who need to be checked first. This system set up by Brazil is to ensure that contractors do not pilfer a lot of money, nor do the politicians hiring the contractors. So this is just making a much more transparent ecosystem for the use of public funds. India and the rest of the developing world, please take notice. This is happening, and it's happening right now. Next up, you must have heard about the Binance hack that did happen. And here we have a lovely tweet from the CEO of Binance. They have reversed all irregular trades. So anything that seemed a little strange, don't worry, it's been solved. And in terms of deposits, trading, and withdrawals, it seems to be business as usual, other than a few wallets that are facing scheduled maintenance. And the thing is, this is the kicker, the hackers actually lost coins, so it gets donated to charity. I love the internet. This is exactly how we do things. If we have something extra, we just give it away to people who need it most. This altruistic aspect of our generation is highlighted in the Rifkin talk. Again, do watch that. I cannot recommend that enough. If you are watching 1 2-hour long video this week, it should be that one. Now, there has been a whale alert, a whale sighting. Well, not really a whale sighting, but we have seen the effects of this whale's actions. Almost $400 million of cryptocurrency have been sold in the last few months by one person. This is a whale who we know about, and people on Reddit are just jumping to conclusions, saying that, oh, this person could have been the reason for this drop in the Bitcoin price. But life isn't that simple. There isn't a one-stop shop answer for anything. Of course, this could have been a contributing factor. But remember, there are lots of other whales in the world as well who would be acting independently of this whale, or maybe in collusion with this whale. We have no idea what's happening. So the way people on Reddit are just talking about having these very definitive answers, it's misleading at best. So we should just calm down a little bit. The market is down. The market has been moving sideways for the best part of a month. So just hang in there. You've been hodling this whole time. Just keep hodling. I believe that we are not far away from a market reversal, but that is just my personal opinion. This whole video is just my personal opinion. But what you can do is make the most of this down market and invest in the companies that you believe in. I spoke about how I believe that Cardano's method of peer review is risk reduction, and it's exactly what I'm looking for in a company. I'm looking for this forward-thinking mentality. Any investments I make now, I hope the companies will still be running in the next 5 or 6 years. I do not mind hodling for a period of years. It's totally okay because I believe in the movement behind what these companies are going for. So that's more or less everything I've got to say for now. Stay safe in this down market. Don't sell at the bottom, people. We're in a down market. Please don't sell at the bottom. Even if you are significantly up, hold on for a little bit more. We could have a bull market unlike anything that we've ever seen because currently people just don't seem very interested in buying cryptocurrency. As interest picks up, it will accelerate. So now that we are in a bear market is when you plan for when this stuff accelerates. Lock in your sale targets now. Buy now, lock in the sale targets now, and just be ready for when this market goes completely haywire. Because then you will be chilling while other people are panic buying and selling. So, on that note, you guys take care. This is Marv from Crypto Simplified signing off. We will catch up very, very soon. Laters.
Yeah, and I've been picking all these petals, thinking that you'd settle slaving, captivating patience when the stage dims. Though we crashing with horizons till we can't swim, stay continue praying, saying that we never save shit. Silence roaring as the sky's been, clouds been a rising line, trying to surprise him, lies awaken. Cries made into these wider lines I write on paper, and still I'm hoping that you might have saved